Hello everyone, my name is Lucas Crawford. I'm a poet. This is my humble book, Belated Bris of the Brain Sick. Nova Scotians especially may recognize the color scheme of the book as deriving from our beloved ice cream flavor, Moon Mist. This book is shortlisted for the J.M. Abraham Poetry Award. Thank you, everyone involved in making that happen, especially the folks at Nightwood Editions who made the book exist. Like, I guess I wrote it, but they did the rest. I'll read 3 poems for you today. The first, I've never read, I guess because it's painful, but aren't they all? I've never read, but given the current events in the sense of a global questioning of and resistance to policing and the way in which it has harmfully impacted all sorts of folks, but especially Black and Indigenous and other people of color, I want to read this one, especially because, to bring it home to New Brunswick, Chantel Moore, an Indigenous woman, was killed by a police officer just last week in Edmundston in the midst of a mental health wellness check. And yeah, I've had a wellness check, so I hope it hits home for all of us, since we are all on the mental illness spectrum somewhere. Hospitals. It's 2 sonnets. Please, will you tell me again, officer, why your dog had to tooth through his plaid shirt? How his no weapon gave you a scare? Why you suck on your selfhood like wet air? Please, will you tell me again why do you frown when this reminds him of OD'd friends? Giggle when he denies a needle's cool. Lecture him when he starts to speak of residential school? Please tell me why, when she touches the door, someone pushes some buttons and some men drop her to the floor and tranquilize her. Are you sad that this doesn't surprise her? Will you tell me, sir, how I got this far? Why am I in the back seat of your car? Please, nurse, will you explain why I'm not allowed to talk to her about the poetry slam? Make plans for us to perform together? Later I look for weeks east side, but she's ether. Nurse, I know that I know nothing, but why is this guy being released this morning? He spits out his pills and seems buckshot gone. He has no home. Wants to camp on my non-existent front lawn. Please, sir, tell me how your egg sandwich tastes after you've strapped down a teen. Put her in place while she screams that this is just like the last time she was raped. Does your sandwich taste hard-boiled? Cold-blooded? Just right? Please help. Please help if you know how. An officer is removing you now. The second poem is called Roticism, which basically is a feature of speech, a speech impediment, as it's often considered, characteristic of Canadian Maritime English. That's a certain pronunciation of the letter R when following the letter A. So it's the, I'm going to hop in the car and go to the bar. It isn't far. I'm exaggerating it there, but you get it. That's a roticism. Roticism. The stars are hardly far. They're just holes to darn with yarn scarves and bards' yarns that quarantine quarry hard hearts. So don't start with the furor of warnings of methane, barn farts fueling rural Walmarts that play the country charts. Because smart artists send tardy regards to those who spat spar before full overhead compartments. We'd rather be out in an old yard, treed with future apple tarts, crust of lard hoarded from ham. We Spartan Martians kitchen party art sit in jars for March. Hey! We are just our overfed car farts, artichoke dip, maybe caviar parfait is par for your rich parts. Makes a poor large belly barf, eh? Rub your tummy, rub my tummy. Pursue a heart attack over rye and cards, gin rummy. A sergeant's barge on a Halifax pier would appear marginal if not for the warm charge I feel in my arms when an ocean is over. Farmed Swiss chard fills arms and pastoral art. But if we are tartan garbed, we are plaid birds on barbed wire. Were we poor? And are we rebuilding buildings that we set on fire? And I'll do one more. That's sort of a, let's call it a growing up, fat, queer, trans, disabled, crazy, in rural Nova Scotia type poem. It is called You Are Intruder Mouse. I'm gayer than the lesbian scene of Being Erica is straight. I'm the Ursula to your Phoebe, friend. Jessica to your Sweet Valley, Elizabeth. You are tongue twister. I am shibboleth. I'm the syphilitic portion of Nietzsche's life wrung dry. I'm the doctor that depresses your tongue, but why am I a beauty burden wrapped up in ugly fruit? I'm the pith you spit with pity, my unpretty. To my beer, you are the root. To my 7, you're up. I am sippy. You are cop. I'm a narcissist squinting into fizz, and these bubbles make me think I have a fly's eyes. I sigh when I must try to shyly disguise my thighs' gaping holes. I grew up near mountains that were incestuous mole hills. At 18, I was certain I, too, would die. I was addicted to my spit-shine sigh. I was the errant splash of purple that homogenized your tie-dyed meandering shoes. I'm a photo still of you, windowsill with shoe-fly pie. You are bake, none are broil. I'm deep fry. You are oil, you are water, I am emulsify. I watch lumberjacks carve softwood like margarine that has not been dyed yellow due to the strength of the dairy lobby in Quebec. Friends think it's déclassé and lazy to take taxis, but have strong opinions about Uber and what Marx would do. You are to Marx what an ant was to Engels. I am to the Bangles what simile is to walking like an encryption. I wish for my cells to need only a meager, only a fun prescription. I'm an advertisement. There's no product. You're a draft of a jingle that came to Don Draper mid-orgasm in a redacted bathhouse scene. His suit is a full metal jacket. I am a joker and he is a queen. I'm Peggy to your Dawn. You are Betty to my Glenn. I'm the unbroken bottle of Canadian Club in your burnt down pub. You're Charlie to Snoopy, but I'm Dust to Pigpen. I'm the cat, the fleas, the blue vein, the cheese. I am down to your kicking me. I am lips to the man without a face. You are Intruder Mouse. I am Crawl Space. Congratulations to all the nominees and the other shortlisted authors. Thank you, everyone who had any role to play in these awards, and everyone out there fighting white supremacy and injustice and a global pandemic. Good luck. Take care. Hope to see you and be allowed to hug you soon.